Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to go over some style tips that I wish I knew when I was younger. These are things that I've learned over the years in order to really improve my outfits and things that I've used to tweak my classic leaning style in a way that keeps it feeling current and very modern, and also in a way that allows me to keep wearing the same things that I love, but change them ever so slightly. And you know how much I love doing that when it comes to curating my closet. Before we hop into it though, I want to thank Quince for sponsoring today's video. We're working together again. So I'm going to be styling their pieces throughout in order to illustrate my points, and I'm going to link everything in the description box down below. So let's get started. My first style tip that I wish I knew when I was younger is to size up in sweaters. And specifically, this comes in really handy as I've figured out the last year or so, as your weight fluctuates, and in my case, having gone through pregnancy. And if you go up a size or two, it gives you a very relaxed feel. It gives you some wiggle room as you fluctuate in your own personal size, and it allows you some versatility when it comes to styling. There's something really chic about a classic silhouette that's maybe a little bit oversized, and it allows you that flexibility again as your weight maybe changes over the years, but then also as trends come and go. If you can find that sweet spot for something that's fitted but not too fitted, it gives you so much versatility and something I'm really leaning into myself. My next style tip that I wish I knew when I was younger is that, of course, classics always work, but more specifically, a white button down is always a good idea. And this is something that I've kind of gone in and out with over the last couple years, and especially as I've tried to figure out my style, because sometimes I feel like maybe it's a little bit too classic, but what I've learned that's key in order to keep it feeling fresh is that you find a silhouette that fits you really well. Again, it follows the point for the first one, so it's not too fitted. And then also it doesn't have a pocket, and going for one without a pocket allows it to feel a little bit dressier, and that again gives you that flexibility and that versatility. There's something really great about a button down with a flat front because you can change up your jewelry and you can really have a lot of fun with your styling, and you can even take this silhouette of a white shirt, a white button down, and wear it very formally at night. And anytime that I've seen someone do that classic crisp white shirt with maybe a really long beautiful maxi skirt, it's always a white button down without a pocket, and then it's tied or tucked in a really beautiful way. It's so chic and so classic. My next tip is that if you go trendier in the silhouette of a piece, keep the color really, really classic. As I've worked through my own personal style, I figured out that this is really the key in order to expand your closet. Give yourself those opportunities to experiment with different silhouettes and different cuts, but still keep that versatility and allow yourself something that you can come back to as it maybe cycles in and out. And as you change too many things about a piece, it becomes more and more difficult. Kind of a diminishing rate of return, if you will. So when you stick to a really, really beautiful classic color, something like a white or an off-white, for example, and then you go for maybe an oversized or trendier silhouette, that gives you that flexibility still, because the color tends to be something, in my experience, that we register first. We see color and that cohesiveness in the color in an outfit, followed then by the size or the silhouette. So again, keeping that in mind can allow you the versatility to experiment, but not lose that flexibility and that mixing and matching. My next tip is that a V-neck sweater is instantly better with layered necklaces. This is something, again, that I've kind of discounted over the years. I thought maybe I didn't really suit V-necks or they didn't work for my wardrobe, but I've come to find very recently that that is actually not true at all. And what I was missing was layering up my favorite necklaces and kind of bringing that visual interest back. And the beauty of a V-neck is that if you love necklaces, this is a great way to showcase those, because I'm able to wear those beautiful necklaces. They don't feel encumbered by the neckline of a crewneck sweater, but they give me, again, that beautiful showcase. It's almost like a frame for my necklaces, and something that I really love. So if you have some necklaces that you absolutely love, but you maybe feel a little claustrophobic when you pair those with a crewneck, consider going for a V-neck. It could be the change that you're looking for. And my last style tip that I wish I knew sooner was to not save your favorite pieces, and instead wear them now. This is something that's kind of a work in progress for myself, and as much as I advocate for this, I found myself actually doing the opposite. And I would go into my closet and I would say, oh, that's one of my favorite sweaters. I probably shouldn't wear that today, just in case. But the problem with doing that is that just in case kind of prevents you from wearing it ever. So I would delay wearing some of my favorite items in anticipation of a day where maybe I was never going to come in contact with coffee or any food that could stain it. and just kind of avoid wearing those pieces that I love so much. And I recommend doing the complete opposite. So I'm personally trying to get better about this. And I've used this opportunity during this freshly postpartum period for myself to really lean into that, because I'm able to get dressed. I'm going into my closet, pulling out my favorite pieces, and I'm finding so much joy in that because they're giving me that spark that I'm really loving. And allowing myself to wear my favorite pieces now has been a great reminder that every day is special enough, and you should be getting dressed for the life that you're living, and that those little moments are really what makes everything worth it. So I'm practicing what I preach, and I really encourage you to do the same. So I hope that you found these tips helpful, and as you're navigating your own personal style journey, I'm sure there are going to come some that you find for yourself. So I would love to know in the comments down below if you've had any revelations recently. Like I mentioned, I'm going to link everything that I styled down below. Thank you again to Quince for sponsoring today's video. Thank you, of course, for watching it, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a great day.